everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to week 4 of our What's So Good About Therapy.
Week 4 already.
Yep. I'm Tony with Harper Therapy, and I am here with
Benita.
And we're going to keep going on that journey. The first week we kind of just talked about the barriers.
Yep.
The second week we talked about what to expect. And then last week we went into a little bit more detail about like who could be in here and how we help and the talking and things like that. And then this week we're going to dig a little bit deeper into some of the things you can expect when you come to Harper Therapy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of encapsulates what's so good about therapy.
Right, just wrapping it all up.
Right.
So one of the first things you said is that to be a therapist, it's kind of a calling.
Yeah.
And when I read that in your blog, I was like, damn straight.
Yeah.
It really is. It takes a special someone, I think, to really want to be like, okay. And I think, especially since working here, learning that as a therapist, it's not just about the school, it's your own work that you have to put into it.
Oh, definitely.
And how vulnerable then that makes you.
Right.
So yeah, just being able to, that special calling that it is to be a therapist and how we have to address, the emotional and I think it was week 1 we talked about relational and how it's like dating and stuff like that. And absolutely that if we're taught in school that, the point, like the number one thing that keeps clients here is the relationship.
Yeah. And it's definitely relational. The therapeutic process is relational.
Process too. That's yes, because it is a process. This is not going to be like a one and done and poof, you're better.
Right. And I think, excuse me, I think that's what, and I do stress that with the clients is that it is a process.
Yeah.
It's relational and it is a process. It's a slow process. Yolanda teaches us to slow down.
I always say I need like a giant sign, and I put a curse word in there to slow the down because that's helpful to me. So, but I think that that's even good for clients to do and to know that that's because it's a process that we're working through. And that when we're slowing down, it's not. There is a method to our madness.
It is. And trust, as we're slowing down, trust the process. And those who do trust the process, and when it all come together, they so appreciate it. They really appreciate it when that light bulb go on and that they have that epiphany. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you meant. And oh man, that's so rewarding, not only for them, but for me too.
Yeah, I love it when you see that light and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I know, in my own therapy sessions when my therapist says stuff to me, I'm like, oh, well, dang, like, I'm like, all right, yeah, that makes sense, okay.
Yeah.
So it's really helpful.
Yes, it's helpful. And then, when that's what we mean when we say, what's so good about therapy? That's what's so good. That's the reward.
The truly understanding of who you are and the choices you make and why you react the way you do about things. And before, this recording, we were talking about the fact that some people, like, you don't even realize you're doing something different. You don't even realize that you're shoving it all down because as a society, that's what we learn.
That's what we learn.
Oh, that's a big emotion. Nope, ignore it, shove it down, it's okay. Where in therapy, we're teaching you to slow down and feel that.
In fact, in a session this morning, the young lady was telling me all of her life, that's what she did. And as a result, it has come out in what physical. We talked about that in the earlier blog.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
How it would manifest in physical ways. So she has suppressed it. And then also how she's always on high alert.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh God, that's exhausting.
Yes, it's exhausting, and how she's so hyper vigilant. She's always looking, scanning, and all of this has affected her. But now she's learning to slow, and how because of the modalities we use here, the interventions we use. Not only do we sit and talk, we do some other things here. And if you come by, stop by, decide to come visit us or do a consult, we'll let you know what we do around here to kind of help you through that process, how it all come together, and you'll figure out again what's so good about therapy, and it's so freeing, and it's
it really is. It is just to
liberating.
Yes, there we
go.
That's
Liberating.
Just to understand and just do things totally different. One of the big modalities that we use here is called accelerated resolution therapy. We call it ART. Usually when I explain it, I call it some like hippy dippy voodoo magic stuff, because we wave our hand and we tell you that you keep the memory and lose the pain. And it's just one of the many things that makes us a little different here at Harper Therapy, because we use that. And it's something that I've personally used art for several different things in my life, and the difference it has made has been phenomenal.
Right. And it's not hypnosis.
No, it is not. It's hippy dippy magic. And it's so funny, because every time I talk about it, I go like this, and people are like, hi, like they wave back at me, and I'm like, oh yeah, because this is literally what we do.
And it's very common. It's very common. Very common. That's just one of the things that we do, and very successful.
Yes. So if you're interested in just figuring out a different coping skills, if you want a third person to kind of talk to through some of the big things in your life, if you're interested in our hippy dippy voodoo magic, give Harper Therapy a call, set up a free consult. Phone number is 813-434-3639. Bye guys.
Bye-bye.